Ciao everyone, this is Deidre and Lowell here at Italian Cowboy in Rockport, Fulton, Texas. And for today's wine tasting, we are going to be traveling to the Piedmont in North Italy to taste Roero Arneis. Now, thank you, honey. In the last class, we tasted, as y'all know, a Nebbiolo, lovely red wine, also from the Piedmont. The Piedmont is generally known for its fantastic Barolos, Barbarescos, many red wines. But in fact, this area of Italy, this region, makes some really lovely white wines. And so we thought it would be fun to stay in the Piedmont today to talk about white wine. So
and the Piedmont is still
right
there.
Is still right up there in North Italy. So we love this wine. We think it is wonderful paired with so many different foods, and like seafood, a lot of the delicious shrimp and fish that we have here in the Coastal Bend area. So we thought we would talk about this wine today, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
Totally, and this is the first white that we're tasting. We actually like to taste whites at several different temperatures for two reasons. One is, as it warms up, you definitely get more of the aroma out of the wine, and the flavor changes as well. Same reason, a cold beer tastes different than a warm beer. A cold wine's going to taste different than a warm wine. And you can also sort of taste some of those wines that are a bit more mass-produced get a little thicky tasting as it warms up. The wines that we carry here that are smaller scale Italian providers really just sort of change in their complexity. So Deidre actually has a cold glass that we just poured. Mine has a bit more, as you can tell, it's still a little warm here, and has a little more dew on it because we poured this one about 20 minutes ago. So as with anything, we're gonna look at the color. I'd say it's
lovely, pretty yellow.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a light yellow, I would say, very.
We'll see
light
how we can do here
yellow
with
straw color.
Yep.
And then let's give it a little
smell.
It's pretty soft and subtle on the nose.
It's got some nice floral,
light floral.
Little like
a little
almondy,
on the nose, maybe.
Yep.
Okay, let's give it a little taste. Yummy, refreshing.
Yep. It's got a little what?
I'd say on the front part of the palate, it presents a little very light, subtle floral.
Yep, agreed. And then it's got a little tartness, a little like citrusy in this, maybe a little lemony, limey, but not like tart in any way. Here, switch. Try the warmer one.
Yeah, it's not too assertive on the palate.
Yeah, it's got a little almondy, maybe a little like stone fruity, but definitely the floral is there as well, like a little, I don't know.
Interesting.
Not like crazy, like jasmine-y.
This one has a little more of the stone fruit, almond in it than that one does, I would say. That one's got a little bit more of the floral.
Oh yeah, a little more floral, a little
citrus.
more citrus, which you would expect, right? As it warms up, it's going to lose a little of that acidity. As you cool it down, you're going to lose some of those aromatics and some of that flavor and really concentrate on sort of what's behind the wine. And so definitely that one's a little more smooth. This one's a little more citrusy, but it's still a pretty darn mellow wine. And then the other thing that I would point out is it's got a mouthfeel, a nice body. It's, the difference, if you think about some of the more classic wines that folks here that are watching this have probably heard of, Chardonnay, Pinot Grigio, Sauvignon Blanc. Chardonnay's got a sort of, if you spin it, you can sort of see a little more of the legs. Chardonnay's got a bit more viscosity or a little more mouthfeel. Sauv Blanc and Pinot Grigio are a little lighter in texture. This is a little darker, a little heavier in texture. It's got a nice mouthfeel, a little more viscosity, but it's still got those lighter flavors.
And this is a great, versatile kind of crowd pleaser white wine.
Yeah.
Not too tart and assertive, but not oaked. And so you have a broad appeal. It would pair wonderfully with a variety of dishes, I think.
Yeah, we've got it in the Goldilocks section here, where it's not too smooth, not too tart, nice crowd pleaser, great aperitif. It's got to be 85 degrees right here.
It's warm.
But you could drink this for a couple drinks. This temperature wouldn't have to go warm. Make sure it's cold because it's got that nice complexity. It's nice and soft.
Yeah,
with a little crispness.
It's a lovely wine, and it's a wine that a lot of folks might not have heard of. You know, when you think of white wine in Italy, a lot of times people think Pinot Grigio, but in fact there are hundreds and hundreds of white wines that are fabulous coming out of Italy, and Roero Arneis is something a little bit maybe less well known here in the States. It dates back, its origins are a little uncertain. It dates back to the Middle Ages, and has kind of made a resurgence in the last couple of decades, and more has been planted a little bit more. So I think that if you're looking for a really lovely white wine to just sip on the patio or pair with a meal, I think this is a great one to check out.
Yep.
Definitely.
Arneis, Arneis, spelled like it's French, pronounced like it's Italian.
Absolutely. Chin
Chin
chin.
chin. Thanks for stopping by.
That's good.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.